100% wild-crafted sea moss. Only the best, 'cause you deserve nothing less. 8 Butterfly.
One love, Delta 9 travelers. Welcome into the video. I'm telling you, there's got so much going on the ground in Guyana that if you skip or upload, there's so many headlines that we might not be able to catch up with. Right here on Delta 9 Media, we're going to get into some very important details though, because we're hearing from the top cops that listen, if certain things are to go down, then these might be the people that we might want to look into as it relates to what's going on with the opposition leader. Plus, this system got changed, you know. We're going to highlight some of what's going on with this Asian takeover in Guyana. I wonder if persons are really paying attention to all of these insightful details that are coming from persons on the ground and persons internationally as well, highlighting what's going on. If you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to Delta 9 Media so you will know every time we upload a pre-recorded or we're live right here on the platform with you. Let's jump into these details right now.
Turn, turn out the light. So this is the government new doing now. Bring out a whole new squad to terror people. Everybody who going in the Chinese with a bag. What story there? Everybody that going in the Chinese with a bag, they gotta show what in the bag now. The Chinese getting full protection. Watch nonsense. See?
I'm telling you, look at what Guyana has become, right? Look at the kind of things that persons are going through on the ground. Only recently, the opposition leader was meeting with a number of truckers, highlighting certain things was going on, the plights that they're facing, because people are coming in with their trucks to do one particular contract, and then the truck them done there, so they ain't gotta find work. And all kind of undercutting and all kind of thing going on. Plus, as we talking about undercutting, right on this presentation here, we're going to get some insights from the former finance minister about how long this thing going on and some of the dark implications of Indian arrival there. Man, listen, we got so many insightful presentations ready for you. Let's jump into some more of these details from the ground.
Pull the man out the vehicle and tell the man, watch, now the bracy up there, checking him. Nobody can go in the Chinese. I don't know. I don't understand what the government doing really. I don't know what is this. This just keep getting more and more creepy. This country. Look at this picture. You can't walk. You can't walk in peace now. There's no peace no more. Spanish man, they hold on ponto. Every single body will come with bag, will get a bag on the back or a bag in the hand. They're feeling them up, they're stopping them, they're harassing them. This is the new squad team. Gloves and shit on hand and all kind of madness. Ugh.
Could you imagine the depths of poverty that persons are existing within? We're talking about one of the fastest growing economies in the world. We're talking about one of the wealthiest nations in the world. But persons are so impoverished. We're hearing it's more than 50 something percent, even probably going into the 60s, right? Poverty on the ground so much that persons are willing and being forced to if you think about it. Being forced to have to steal groceries, right? One of the wealthiest nations in the world, persons all over the world are coming into Guyana to invest. And look at what's going on the ground. A chokehold on a certain demographic of people, a chokehold on a large part of the population in the country.
So we get somebody more worse than the police now to deal with. This is Guyana by.
A new squad, Delta 9 travelers. A new squad. I'm telling you, if it's not one thing, it is another, right? It's always something else. So they got a brand new squad now to make sure that persons are not stealing groceries or that persons are not going into the grocery with nothing that they might use to rob the entire store or whatever money might be coming in. That's how bad the poverty is. That's how real the struggle is on the ground in Guyana. What are your views, Delta 9 travelers? Drop it into the comment section, and definitely let's have some meaningful, insightful conversation on this, because it's not one situation being highlighted, it's more than one. This thing is going on and is going on rampant right now. Persons are exposing the fact that people taking money from them for NIS.
China Road and Bridge Corporation from Borbis again.
People taking money from them for NIS and they paying the NIS. So they taking out your money, keeping it for themselves, and you now going home with a smaller earning than what you would have gotten in the first place when you think it's going towards something that is going to benefit you, but the man making the contributions. When you check NIS, is bare foolishness going on. You hear from persons on the ground because yet again, we're asking, are persons really looking at what's going on here? Is it this? Is these rampant situations that's going on around the country enough for persons to realize just how much of a chokehold China has on Guyana right now? Time we wake up and realize, guys, it's time we wake up and realize what's going on. You got Venezuela on one side, then you got persons inside of the country from that particular region as well, going on with all kind of things. 3 bombings in less than 3 years. Now we're hearing all of these situations coming even more now, because we're hearing it for a while going on with the Chinese in Guyana. Now persons exposing all of this. Plus, sorry, now I'm keeping up a storm too. It's about time we realize a unified patriotic front. We gotta come together and realize how wealthy the nation is right now, and the fact that we are the ones that got to make sure that things run in a particular way. How could this be right?
The Chinese been taking tax and NIS from us for quite some time now. And we were only a few days ago we found out that they're not paying any NIS and tax, and it's been a lot of money. And now they doesn't have any answer for us. So we don't know what to do. We asking the higher authority to look into the matter for us, because we're pissed. We are all people with families and kids. People got to go to school, and people got children got to go to school and stuff. And we can't do this. It's a lot of money. Some people been paying $100 and something thousand in tax and NIS. Which part in Guyana? I don't know. A fortnight to me, not a month. Fortnight. Every 14 days.
We pay now.
We pay now. And people pissed because NIS doesn't have any record, neither GRE. So we don't know where the money going. And the Chinese living nice. Show them watch. Look the basketball court. Look. You see how they living nice. Every Sunday is their nice time. There's the day when nobody don't work and they just got their own private time. Half of we money that they claim that they taking for NIS and tax and no money. This fella here, the state, the
Fraser.
State. Another issue is the contract stated that once you're sick, you're requested to bring in a medical, and I brought in my medical. When I went to them, I wasn't paid for that. When I went to the finance office, the person, she told me that the company will consider if I will be paid.
Consider if, so the man could decide if and when they want to comply with the laws of the country. The man taking your money, supposed to pay your contribution to NIS. You go in and check, nothing in there. What's going on? Who is the persons that are really gonna defend the regular persons in the street? Because it seems like the protection is null and void. How these things being allowed to go on? We hear some more about this because this situation is crazy.
So we don't know what more to do. We fed up.
This thing has been going on for the last 2-3 months.
You didn't break.
Where we came and we asked questions last night, and in fact yesterday when we were being paid. And some of us started querying the tax because it was so high. It was obvious something is not right. So when we asked her a question, Kamala or whatever her name is, she just threw the paper on the desk and barged out. Basically, she don't have time with us. Even one of the Chinese, Mr. Zhong, said you can't understand why she did that. But I mean, of course, he's not going to come out in those words and say exactly that because remember, he's a Chinese. And these people are telling us plain, come out plain and told us that Chinese can replace y'all at any time. They know people in the government. They're close. And the government is close with them. They have a close relationship and they can replace us anytime. I mean, here we are working overtime, working double, and nobody's like explaining nothing to us. You don't even know when you make a double. The big boss don't even come to us. He don't even acknowledge us. That we agree.
This is the boss that's in charge of the project.
Well, look at what it has become in Guyana, right? Look at what the situation come to 2026. Before the election, we highlighted so many important implications that persons need to consider when voting, right? This being one of them, because we already know this situation here was going on for a while. This situation right here was going on for a while, right? Because we all see the video, who, so, this, the, you understand? And all kind of thing where persons were internationally highlighting what's going on the ground as far as the alleged corruption between the Asians and persons who were in power back then and persons who are in power even now. Look at what's going on right now. Persons paying the money, going home with next to nothing, and still ain't getting none of the benefits. Plus, even further, we're going to get into some more of the information that's going on the ground with the truckers.
People to enter, people to come in the country and just say that they know people in high authority. I mean, what that says about us as Guyanese? Really and truly, where are we heading as a nation? Anyway, we asking the right authority to step in and see what you can do for us. Thanks.
I ask Mr. Mohamed to please come and look into this matter. Please.
That is the only help we got.
You are the only person who can help me. God, the man is don't tell themselves that they higher authority. So he's nothing. Thank you.
You know, you get the words, Mr. What was that? We can do whatever we feel like. The Chinese and the Guyana government has got a good relationship. They're very,
That's say the guys will do
so
it.
we can do whatever we want to do. And if we don't want to work, there are people where they would replace us.
And then driving without lights on the road.
And everybody come through, query them on this morning. They tell me later
That
somebody will come from GRA and NIS and explain to me. And next Chinese man just come and tell me we go. People come and tell tomorrow.
I'm telling you, boy, hey, y'all hearing what's going on there? One man come and tell you this, another man say, but I could go, the person gonna come till tomorrow. So if you depending upon that, obviously, because that's your main source of income, you're working, you're begging them nothing, you're there and you're working honestly in your own country. And immigrants, right, come in and got more benefits, getting more write-off, creating businesses that oppressing you on your own soil. Could you believe? Well, you got a chance to see it right there for yourself. It's up to you now to analyze. It's up to us internationally and locally to realize that, buddy, Guyanese got to be more unified about certain things. We can't just say, no, they ain't got nothing to do with me, is not black. They ain't got nothing to do with me, is not Indian. They ain't got nothing to do with me, is this, is the. All of we got to realize what's going on. And this right here could never be right. I don't care where and how you look at it and analyze it. How could you come as an international investor and oppress persons in this manner? Drop it into the comment section. Let's have some meaningful conversation about this. But guess what? The top cops was highlighting these implications about the Mohammeds and them losing their ability to defend themselves recently when persons would have came and repossessed their firearms. There's a lot of implications, and it's good to get some insights from the elders. It's good to get some insights from the persons that would have served in the armed forces for many years. Check out the entire presentation in the classroom, speaking out, exposing corruption and incompetence on YouTube as well. And if you want to get a shout out from the teachers, them are telling you, buddy, you gotta make sure you're very early, very, very early. Because the class is run at a pace. Here's some of these insights coming in from the top cops because they say, listen, certain persons would be to blame. You hear what's going on.
And them, everybody know is a commissioner out of received information and pass it on to the operational ranks to do that, right? And this further erodes what little confidence people might have in the police force. The image of the force. Because anybody, whether you like the Mohammed, whether you like the PPP, whether you like whoever you like, when you look at the sequence of events, it cannot escape you that it is political persecution. It cannot further eroding whatever little image the force has. Further eroding. And let me say this. If this is not political persecution, I don't know what is. If this action, among the many actions, is not political persecution, I don't know what is.
Crazy.
I don't, as we said, by their own admission now, the reason they said to take away the gun is because he was indicted in the United States. And the indictments were handed down by the grand jury since around August, September last year. Since last year, around August, or perhaps even earlier than that, the indictments were handed down. They didn't do nothing to take away the guns. The firearm licenses were renewed this year, according to the records. This year, the renewed police didn't do nothing. But all of a sudden, somebody wake up and instruct them, go take away guns. What would be the reason behind that? What will be the motive? Is it to curtail his activities? Because regardless of what I say, he's becoming more and more popular. In my view, he's going around the place, he's interacting with people, he's skinning them up, as you would say. He's exposing them, right? And they can't be comfortable with it. So therefore, take away your gun, maybe you feel less secure, you can go about the place. On the other hand, he's take away gun, so he becomes more vulnerable. So anybody who wants to harm him can now go and do that. I'm warning them because I have seen certain things, and certain people might be rejoicing over the fact that the gun get taken away. Because remember, they got a lot of Spanish people and all them people around, you know. They got a lot of Spanish people around. And I hear it, well, let me say, I don't put it beyond them for go and say, and I'm going to say gun and say the government. Don't put it beyond government supporters for go and try to make mischief. Then you hear Azadin car crash somewhere and he get seriously injured. Or you hear somebody say Azadin go for rob them and they have to defend themselves and therefore he is fatally injured. Don't put it beyond these people. I want in y'all. That's why the crystal ball. A man told me over the weekend, like the crystal ball they're working. I'm like, yeah, it's working. Don't put it beyond them to manufacture. Well, they have created the environment by taking away the firearm. So don't put it beyond these wildcats out there to decide now that this is the time for us to act. Let me repeat that. By taking away the firearms, they have created a certain environment, security environment, or lack of security environment. And don't put it beyond them sycophants and them half-crack and crazy people out there to decide that this is, well, I give me opportunity now, because you ain't get no security for do the mischief. That is why I want to say. And again, in closing this part of this thing, if anything were to happen to Mr. Mohamed and the Mohamed family and the thing, it lies straight in the hands of the current administration. Anything were to happen to them. And
heard it right there from the top cops themselves, because they have years of experience. And listen, this is how they analyzing it. This is what the top cops is highlighting about the situation. Why now? If the situation happened since with the sanctions, why take away his personal defense now? Could it be the wind blowing too much, highlighting too much of what's going on the ground, exposing certain things that most times persons might not would have known about because they know them inside out. Remember, they used to be a part of what's going on. But here it is again for emphasis, so we could understand from persons that were part of law enforcement how this is looking.
It lies straight in the hands of the current administration. Anything were to happen to them. And Guyanese should realize that. If anything were to happen to them, they can't blame nobody else but the current administration. Nobody else. Right? Let me point the point. And let me say this too. And Guyanese should realize that. If anything were to happen to them, they can't blame nobody else but the current administration. Nobody else. Right? Let me point the point. And let me say this too before.
Right? This is what the top cops is highlighting. And then we catch up with some of what the honorable opposition leader, Mr. Mohamed, was out and about doing recently, because truckers are also complaining about what's going on with the Asian takeover. The truckers still complaining, right? They ain't paying people the NIS. Then the truckers as well. This is a whole different department that's soon to have a union that is ready. And listen, certain persons' office is the target location for the protests if things don't change, because it's not now the truckers them complaining. The truckers them complaining even to the very minister himself about this situation in person in prior protests. But listen, nothing changing. So the truckers are out protesting again. But remember what the top cop was just highlighting. And look at what Mr. Mohamed is going to point out in this video right here. While he was out highlighting the plight of what's going on with the truckers and the Asian takeover. Watch.
Money, only money come to it.
Huh?
Good. The thing happen. We see no what happening. We see nothing doing. Guyana, people Guyana, 1 million people. 1 million people. So much national resources in this country, right? Fastest growing economy like Dubai. What happened over this going on in this country? People live in it can't make it.
Everything alright, ma'am? I see. You're part of the special branch team?
The better you leave the country and
yeah. We got a lot of women working with them, you know, the special branch. Yeah. Everywhere I go, yeah, blend in. Yeah. Most of them will come up to me and say, Mr. Mohamed,
The who? The special branch, right? Person sent to do undercover surveillance of the opposition leader. But why? I always asking myself, how come the police seem so anti-opposition? Especially in this particular sitting, this particular government. How come it seems as if the opposition getting extra attention, and not the right kind of attention, from certain high-ranking members as well? Because a lot of times those are the ones that is showing up. Well, we just hear the top cops highlight the fact that, listen, Mr. Mohamed needs to now watch his security protocol, because look at what he himself is highlighting right here in this video, Delta 9 Travelers. Drop it into the comment section, and definitely let's have some meaningful conversation about what is being revealed right here, live and direct.
don't want to do these things, but we are forced to come out here to,
they come in the country, big
you know,
companies.
to monitor.
But at least I'm
Your
asking
daily
people to
move.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about the Chinese in the road?
That's okay, ma'am. You can
junction.
do your duty.
You have a business, you have a truck, that is your business. You must have equal
Special branch.
opportunity to earn in this country.
Correct, yeah.
Because you're a Guyanese, you're entitled to that. And what is happening? They're giving preferences.
They're going on like we the foreigners. They're going on like we are the foreigners, and these foreigners are the locals.
They're giving the foreigners because of the drawback they get
Back,
in.
correct. Back, nice.
So we gotta wait when election the foreigners vote for them.
You can't remember I saw you on the highway where we went campaigning at Haruni?
You're going to put pressure on them.
Wow. So it's been a while since this particular person has been giving surveillance, you know, hovering for whatever reason, protection or otherwise. What y'all think about what we're seeing right here, buddy? Y'all here with the top cop just highlight, and look at what the opposition leader himself is highlighting right here.
They're jumping back the dark tent car
The work going on, but the
Yeah.
Chinese doing the work.
I know all the faces going. Yeah. You see anywhere I go, right? I would pick up all of them in no time. Yeah.
They could come to the airport, stop side
But
auto and go.
MP Natasha, come. I just want you to see, right, how the government of Guyana wasting resources, taxpayers' dollars, to have a special branch officer here. They know I coming out here, right? When we were campaigning on the highway, she was there too. See, this is what's going on in this country. This is what's going on in this country. Yeah.
You can't help all this now.
But I understand they're just doing their work. They don't want to do these things. You know how much of them would tell me they don't like doing these things, but they're forced to do these things. You know, to come listen. But you don't have to worry. Everything I do, it's out there. It's on live. Everything is out in the public domain.
Them men, they can't see it, but they don't come and do this.
Yeah.
Great job
Yeah.
going on with us. And let me show you, under this administration going on, they try to think they can discriminate you, but they can't do that.
No.
You understand? You got your person firearm license.
Exactly.
You understand? They come and hunt you down. They go to your places on Lambert Street where you share churches to give people
Yeah.
and take it away from you. right? But they call it, but they allow it till they him.
That's okay.
Same Jagyo, the cross where you have the biggest cross. Jagyo in finale, I will talk it hard. You understand? I respect you with everything. You understand? Your father.
I'm telling you, special branch out and about, giving that extra attention. I'm telling you, to the opposition leader. What are your views, Delta 9 travelers? What are your views? Very, very interesting times on the ground. Very trying times for Team Win. Could you imagine people just hovering around you like that? And then you know, like, listen, I know this face, I see this person before. I know this face, I seen this person before. Right? It's something about this
But wait, you know,
that is
but
familiar.
wait, you know, are good. Wait,
Part of the association.
The budgery. The budgery, me don't make any money or the print any money, how the money come through yet.
Huh?
Good? The thing happen. We see no what happening. We see nothing doing. Guyana, people Guyana, a million people, so much natural resources country, right? Fastest growing economy like Dubai. What happened to this people going on this country? People live in it can't make
Everything art, man? I see. You're part of the special branch team?
The matter you leave the country and
Yeah. They got a lot of women working with them, you know, the special branch. Yeah. Everywhere I go, yeah, blend in. Most of them will come up to me and say, Mr. Mohamed, we don't want to do these things, but we are forced to come out here to,
they come in the country, big
you know,
companies.
to monitor.
But at least I'm
Your daily move. Yeah. Yeah.
What about the Chinese in the road?
That's okay, ma'am. You can
function.
do your duty.
You have a business, you have a truck, that is your business. You must have equal
Special brand.
opportunity to earn in this country.
Correct, yeah.
You're not guided, you're entitled to that. And what is happening? They're giving preferences.
They're going on like these foreigners. They're going on like we are the foreigners and these foreigners are the locals.
They're giving
I'm telling you, they acting like if the Guyanese is the foreigners and the foreigners is the locals. I'm telling you, the Chinese take over. Win is on the ground, highlighting the plights of the truckers and the situations that they're facing for a while now. This is not the first time the truckers are protesting. It's a while now the truckers are out protesting over this similar situation.
the foreigners because of the drawback that
Drawback,
gets in.
correct. Super back, nice.
So we gotta wait when election the foreigners vote for them.
No.
You can't remember I saw you on the highway where we went campaigning at Haruni?
You're going to put pressure on them.
You're jumping back the dark tail car.
What's going on? But
Yeah.
Special branch out surveillancing the leader of the opposition. But why? Why now? Right? What are the implications? What are the implications of something like this? We just got some insights from the top cops of what it could mean and just how dangerous a situation like that could be. And we get a chance right now to see the leader of the opposition highlighting what's going on.
I know all the faces going. Yeah. You see anywhere I go, right? I would pick up all of them in no time. Yeah. But MP Natasha, come. I just want you to see, right, how the government of Guyana wasting resources, taxpayers' dollars to have a special branch officer here. They know I coming out here, right? When we were campaigning on the highway, she was there too. See? This is what's going on in this country. This is what's going on in this country. Yeah.
you can't help all this now.
But I understand they're just doing their work. They don't want to do these things. You know how much of them would tell me they don't like doing these things, but they're forced to do these things. You know, to come listen. But you don't have to worry. Everything I do, it's out there. It's on live. Everything is out in the public domain. Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
Special branch giving that extra attention. Extra attention. But why?
That is why I want to say. And again, in closing this part of this thing, if anything were to happen to Mr. Mohamed and the Mohamed family and the thing, it lies straight in the hands of the current administration. Anything were to happen to them. And Guyanese should realize that if anything were to happen to them, you can't blame nobody else but the current administration. Nobody else. Right? Let me.
You heard it for yourself from the top cops, and we got a chance to see it for ourselves. Right? On the ground, live. I remember you. What are the implications of something like that? Drop it into the comment section, Delta 9 Travelers. Let's have some right thinking, meaningful conversation on this and a number of other things that we would have covered in those headlines. We're gonna got a couple other pre-recorded. We might have a live presentation as well today. But if you're not subscribed, you won't get the notification for neither of those videos. So make sure that you're subscribed to Delta 9 Media. It costs you nothing, but it will keep you connected with everything that's trending in Guyana and in the diaspora. Big up yourself to all the frequent travelers, big up to all the subscribers and all of the new travelers right here on Delta 9 Media. Make sure that you are a part of what's going on. One love.
One love. Advertise with us and let's help you promote your next product, project, or event. More than 1 million viewers every month in Guyana and all over the globe. No project too big, no project too small. Delta 9 Media. Let's help your project reach its widest possible audience.